Did you see that the Sports Illustrated just had an interview with Ric Flair go out, and he was talking about how he was supposed to be in the main event of the first SummerSlam? That was the original plan.
No.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Because it was at the time where his contract was up with NWA.
That was 88, I think.
Yeah, he was maybe going to the WWF, and they're just like, well, if you come here, you'll main event SummerSlam 1 against Savage for the belt.
Huh.
That would have been... History would have been a little different.
Yeah, for sure. That was the Mega Bucks and Mega Powers?
Yes, it was Mega Bucks and Mega Powers. DiBiase and Andre versus Hogan and Savage, right?
Yeah.
I only remember that one because that was, I think, the first and only pay-per-view that we ever got in my house was SummerSlam 88. All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to SQW 33. Slummer Sam.
Bigger, better, badder.
Welcome. It is SummerSlam Eve. Maybe possibly my favorite wrestling event of the year next to the Royal Rumble, but that's neither here nor there. I am Dolly Domofsky. Joining me as usual on SQW is John Kehoe.
The Newfoundland Dream, John Kehoe.
There you go. And Double J. JJ Holder. Welcome.
J.E. Wait, no, that's different.
Guys, 2 weeks in a row we've made it.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's a streak.
It's a streak. Don't call it a comeback. Literally, don't call it a streak. We are going to cover SummerSlam. I think that's obviously with the big show tomorrow. We'll get as much of this as we can. Hello, all our viewers who are joining us today on this quick episode. We did want to get a couple quick things out, though, little news bites. First and foremost, Ric Flair has been in the hospital this week for some emergency surgery. Yeah, he was in the ICU.
Good. Just organ failure left and right for that guy with the surgery and stuff. It was...
Apparently, it's too bad.
Yeah, let's hope he can.
Yeah. I don't want to be blamed for this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't blame JJ. Another person you've taken a photograph with.
Yeah.
It's there are many jokes we can make, but we'll, in honor of the amazing Ric Flair, we won't make any jokes. Let's just hope for his recovery, and we'll hope we hear good news. In an actual great kind of cool surprising news, Southpaw Wrestling Season 2 has been released.
Yeah, suddenly upon us.
Netflix style, Season 2 of Southpaw Wrestling, or the one episode.
Yeah, I had heard they were filming it, but I didn't know it was going to be boom, it's out. Yeah.
Apparently, that's why Jericho was on SmackDown.
That's correct. Yeah.
The other week for that one match because he would just happen to be in town filming Southpaw Wrestling. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. Well, it'll be the first one was fun. I'm glad they're doing these one-offs. Yeah. I'd love to see them, take the concept even further and do like future wrestling or return to the 90s or something, just something crazy like that.
Have we all watched it? Have we all watched it?
I have not yet. I will.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The cast of wrestlers. I mean, the Chet Cheddarfield is still there, and Cena's guy. I always forget the names, but like the hosts and the interviewers are the same, except Renee Young is now playing Susan. So this is kind of a prequel to the last one because in the last one, Chet Cheddarfield was really in a bad way, very depressed, and this series kind of interweaves how he became so depressed over Susan, who left him.
Yeah, Renee Young very literally just being Missy Hyatt.
Yeah, very literally. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Ascension with a better gimmick than the real gimmick.
Oh, geez, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was very. I won't spoil it for you, but it was very entertaining. I still contend that they could take it another level, as you say, and actually film a wrestling event at Full Sail. I think the Full Sail crowd are the kind of people who would jump on and play along with the 80s theme,
or at least a single match of some sort, like a spectacle match or something, like their version of a Royal Rumble being filmed at Full Sail or something.
Yeah, I think it could happen, and I mean that's a little maybe that's thinking a bit too high, but
at some point somebody is going to adopt their gimmick from that show as their own to try to get over. You'll think
I think the Ascension are probably the
number one contenders to sort of adopt that, especially right now since they're being played as sort of comedy act in the Brizanga, the Fashion Police stuff. So.
Well, I'm just so glad it's back. I'm so glad it's back.
There's new merchandise to buy too. So
yes. I think I may definitely get something this time.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, I would love to get that shirt, the original shirt.
Yeah.
Well, Southpaw isn't the only big wrestling event with an S at the beginning of its name. SummerSlam is tomorrow. NXT. I tried. That was a horrible one. There's also NXT. There's a bunch of other things happening this weekend. I did like how they made the spectacle of WrestleMania and had kind of wrestling all weekend long. From essentially from Friday to that Monday. I'd love to see them do the same thing with SummerSlam because people are, kids are still out of school for the most part. People love to travel over the summertime. I think SummerSlam could be, heck, you could make it almost a week long or like a 5-day long event with all kinds of stuff. I mean, they had the WWE 2K18 kind of weird fiasco thing yesterday or day before or something, right? So
there's been a couple things this week, and I think some indie guys got some shows going on in New York this weekend, and it's WrestleMania late. So here's the question: so if WrestleMania is our Super Bowl, what is SummerSlam? What's the equivalent football analogy?
Well, football analogy, there's really kind of not much.
You know what? It's the NCAA football championship.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the wrestling big event for the smarts. So
exactly, for the smarts. Yep, there you go.
For the people that are just super passionate about WWE wrestling.
Super passionate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As I sit here pawing my championship, waiting for
that you're putting on the line tonight.
Oh, it's on the line.
Yeah.
Triple threat rules.
Triple threat rules.
You don't have to be pinned to lose your belt.
What are you doing?
Come here, buddy. Hey, everybody. So this is a day.
All right.
Podcast we're recording. Here's Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Hello.
Oh, good.
What are you doing?
Well, we're doing a show about wrestling. The big event is tonight and tomorrow. So move over, so you can listen and say hello.
Hi.
Hey, bud.
And we're doing a show, and we're going to talk about wrestling and try to do our picks for who's going to win. Yeah. I'm the champion. Last time I won our little competition to see who's the best picker.
How does it feel now that your dad is the wrestling champion on our show?
I don't know.
Oh, put down.
That's what we say too.
That's my feelings exactly.
Okay, well, I'm gonna finish my show. You wanna go back upstairs?
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want to interrupt, right? Yeah. Oh, we won't be very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a kiss. Mwah. Okay. Alrighty.
Your kid, yeah, he has the freckles. Those are amazing freckles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does all right.
That's good.
He picked those up in Jamaica. He picked those up in Jamaica last year, and they never went away.
It's it's funny is he had the same feeling when we told him that you were the champion that I've had. Really is he's like, oh.
Yeah. Did he roll his eyes? I didn't notice. He probably did. That's my wife's reaction when I tell her.
Yeah, that's we were at my wife's her company picnic where we were just at prior to recording this. I got sent to the video game table, which is basically everybody who plays video games at her company sits at this table, and the 3 people who don't sit at the other table. Of course, my wife was at the other table with a couple of other folks there, and then of course me, and even my daughter was at the the video game tables.
That's fine.
Anyways, let's get on with SummerSlam. Well, I did want to mention just a little bit of trivia as I was looking up everything for SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar has been essentially in the main event for this will be his 4th SummerSlam in a row, and it's 5 out of 6 SummerSlams.
Yeah. It's somehow become his event. Like it's it's the summer show. He's got nothing going on.
He's got nothing going on.
Yeah, it's cold in Canada.
Well, there are a lot of matches.
There's a lot of matches.
A lot of matches, and I'm really excited because there is great variety to these matches. There really is. This is the I think more so than WrestleMania. These matches are appealing to me because it's brought some of those guys out that we haven't really seen at these events in a while, whether for injury or for whatever reason. So and it's got some matchups, so I think actually play off pretty well against each other. So let's just dive right into it. I've got the list of them right here. We're gonna make our predictions. There won't be a sealed envelope, but because we could always just re-listen to the show if we wanted to. But
I've written everything down, so
yeah, exactly. So I'll start. I'll kind of go. I'm looking at Wikipedia, so I'll start with the first few and then work my way up. So and as usual, tiebreaker. We're gonna have to pick the tiebreaker for. I think the best one would be the length of time for the. Which we'll do kind of the final match selection here, which is the fatal 4-way. So we'll go through all our picks, and then the tiebreaker will be how long we think that match will last. First and foremost,
will we do that under Price is Right rules?
What are the Price is Right rules?
Close without going over.
Yeah, close without going over.
Should we? That's a good one because then I'm gonna pick I can pick a second, and then I'll be
$1. Yeah, you totally could.
You could. All right, let's do that. Let's do Price is Right rules. I like that. That works out good. Okay. Match number 1, we have Akira Tozawa with Titus O'Neil versus Neville for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Tozawa is the champion.
Yes.
Just current, just recently.
Just literally.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and pick that one. Okay. I think Tozawa will retain.
Okay.
Mostly because it's so soon since his win, but I think having watched that match, I think that win was pretty big for the Titus brand. I think how excited Titus and
Apollo Crews
were when he won. Like I was like, yeah, maybe this could be a real stable.
I
who
like
knows?
the sort of seeds of what they've planted with that, because the tweets afterwards really makes Titus come across as a promoter.
Yeah,
he's the Don King or something of these wrestlers.
And suddenly I'm into it. I mean, before I was like, well, it's something for Titus to do.
Yeah.
But now
I like him in this role. They need to go with it now at this point. They need to fully commit to it at this point. Have him be the promoter of these guys. Keep him out of the ring. He was never that great to begin with, and he's really good as this character. So.
And on the other hand, I also think that Neville could wallow in his crappiness for another little while. Did you see how he changed his look? He hadn't slept in a whole day or two, and he looked really depressed. That could last for another little while, I think.
Well, I heard somebody talking about it recently, and it's true. There's a thing that I miss about certain heels is that they used to look miserable. They're just they're here because they're just here to fight, and that's it. I'm not a happy person. So
that's right.
And he's really sort of hammering that point home. He really does just look absolutely miserable and just upset about the whole idea of wrestling people that he shouldn't be wrestling or whatever. Yeah, I'm going with Tozawa myself.
Okay, I'm actually doing the same thing. I'm picking Tozawa. I think that's we mentioned last time about how the WWE needs to kind of figure out how to hype some of this stuff up, and I gotta say this. They had sort of that mini weird WWE 2K, the 2K18 press conference thing, which chairs are flying essentially. Yeah. But you know, being a hype man on Twitter can help with that too. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that's a good a good position for him. So yeah, Tozawa for me as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those tweets made it seem like it was a real thing that happened.
Yes.
Like some scripted wrestling thing. Like it was like he won the championship. Now it's time to celebrate and take publicity shots and stuff. And like, yeah, I loved it.
That was great. It was cool. Next is New Day versus the Usos.
I'm just gonna go with the New Day on this. I think that's just the way the feud's been building. It's like it just feels like it could go either way, and I'm just going with the New Day on this one. It's kind of a I don't know. They just won the championship recently, kind of thing. So
a few of these matches are going to be that way, where folks had just won the championship.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more difficult to figure out. John, what about you? What do you think?
I'm in the same boat. I don't think we're ready. I don't think we're ready for a switchback yet at this point.
Yep, I can't help but agree with you. Totally. So more tag team wrestling. You have the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan versus the Miz and the Miz Taraj. I hate this called the Miz Taraj. For in a 6-man tag. I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm gonna say the Miz and the Miz Taraj are gonna win.
Ooh.
Just to kind of throw a monkey wrench in there.
That's a hot take because I'm going the other way.
Okay, good. Both of you guys are going the other way?
Yeah,
I'm going Hardy's with Baby Angle.
Baby Angle,
yeah.
I think this could set up an interesting kind of pseudo rivalry between the Miz Taraj and the Hard, because I think Baby Angle could be really, I don't know how compelling of a plot line that is.
Pretty much already given up on it. It seems like.
Yeah, totally. But I could see the Miz making fun of it enough where it becomes sort of an ongoing thing. So I'm gonna go with I'll go with the Miz Taraj. You guys get the Hardys. Up next, I'm gonna go with this is a tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Ambrose and Rollins. Cesaro and Sheamus are the champs.
The unlikely duo versus the other unlikely duo.
Yeah.
I think Shield, 2/3 of the Shield are going to win this one. I would be surprised if they come out of all that build and not win the belts.
Yeah, I have it written down here as Shield Light. So.
I'm writing it for all
Diet
of us.
Shield.
I like it Shield Light. Yeah,
Diet Shield.
Diet Shield.
Yeah.
Sugar-free Shield.
2/3 the calories, or one.
Look at it. We have next. I have Cena versus Corbin.
This is an interesting one.
This is a super interesting one because, if you read the sheets or whatever, Cena's kind of doing his own thing with movies and what have you. But he's probably gonna win, but Corbin needs that win, especially coming off of what just happened to him on Thursday.
Yeah, Corbin.
Tuesday.
Corbin loses this one. I think he's
he's
in a bad way. He's going to be on main event and
yeah. And we didn't mention it, but Corbin cashed in on Tuesday. And Cena made sure that his cash in on his Money in the Bank did not go through. So
I racked my brain a little bit on this one.
Yeah, it's weird because is Corbin in the doghouse? I don't know what happened, but is his push dead? Because it's hard to know right now. But so if he loses, his push is dead. Period.
Yes,
there's kind of no coming back from such a from being
the 1-2 punch.
Yeah, just punked so hard in your kind of moment of glory, and then immediately not getting any form of payback for it is absolutely death. I am going with Corbin for the sake of storytelling purposes, but I'm not sure that that's the case. I'm just going with my gut on that one.
All right, so you're going with your gut on Corbin. Yeah. John?
I'm gonna go Corbin as well because I don't believe they've given up on old Baron of Corbin yet.
Yeah,
Baron of Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
he really needs this win, and I think John Cena could handle the loss, and not that Cena has a very good SummerSlam record, apparently, from what I hear. But I just don't think Corbin can afford for that loss. I mean, he'll just be nowhere fast.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're ready to give up on him.
I don't know if they're ready to give up on him or not, but I am picking Cena in this one. My gut is just telling me Cena for some reason. I don't know why. It's just I just can't.
I think the potential here for shenanigans is high as well. Cena apparently is going to be making some appearances on Raw in the upcoming weeks, and
there's a lot of talk about him just of a brand switch for him.
Yeah, so there may be something to lure him to Raw a bit. May happen, but that's a inside baseball kind of reason to predict Baron, but yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Finn versus Bray. You have Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
It's the Demon King Finn Balor.
Demon King,
officially.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that adds an extra layer of predictability to this match because I think the Demon will not be losing to Baron.
Right.
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, his first appearance since
in a year.
Yeah, so it's definitely.
I think are we all picking Finn for this one for that reason? Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed. You go ahead, JJ.
No, and it's Bray Wyatt, who doesn't exactly have a pay-per-view track record anyway. So.
Yeah. I wish the build to the Demon being the measure of last resort had been a little more. The stakes have been a little higher. I didn't mind the last week or two of build in a sort of a fast forward sense because they kind of crammed it. Yeah, they've crammed a couple because Finn lost to him clean on Raw, and then dumped the red viscous liquid on him, and and so now it's the Demon. I mean that really could have been a month ago when they could have had a pay-per-view match and all that kind of fun stuff and tormented them longer. Yeah. But yeah, I think that the Demon is if there's a lock of the week, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so to this point, the both of you fine gentlemen have chosen the exact same.
I'm looking at my sheet here, and pretty much Dolly is the only one that can win this.
Literally. Yeah. So, but at the same point, these were sort of safer picks. I think this next part, kind of the second half of this is where we're going to have a lot of differentiation, right? But yeah, I think this first part, there was a lot of safe picks. But you look at this next one, Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo suspended above the ring in a shark cage. America. This is America. I'm going to choose Big Show. And I'm just going to throw that down. Mostly because I haven't seen Big Show do much in pay-per-views lately. And so I figure maybe he's kind of due for some magic right now. So. How about you guys?
I'm in the boat where I'm going to pick what I want to happen rather than.
Okay.
I think Cass wins with Enzo's help from the cage. What I want because here's my reasoning. Everyone online is talking about how crappy this feud has gone. Cass has destroyed him at every opportunity, and then it's like, well, what happens to Enzo now? Do we put him on 205 Live? Do we make him Big Show's manager or partner? And all those options suck because what they shouldn't have done was break them up at all. So my theory is let's put them back together, but as a heel tag team, either with Enzo as his heel partner or as his heel manager while he does the heel singles run. Because heels go in shark cages. And I think he's going to drop a pair of knucks to Big Show and give him his own WMD and
interesting
for the ween.
It's a good thing. Like there's been too much talk over the few weeks about how much of a pain in the ass Enzo is backstage. Like he's in the doghouse. The only reason he's in the shark cage is his punishment because they can't fire him because he sells too much merchandise. He's terrified of heights, which is just insanely petty if that's the case. Like he's scared of heights. We can't fire him because he sells too many T-shirts. So we're just gonna torture him by putting him in the shark cage and stuff. I feel like Cass is going to be put through his paces at this point. Like he got his he's gonna be starting his push soon, and losses come with pushes. So I'm actually thinking show.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
Maybe, yeah. But maybe to your point a little bit, Enzo may still become a factor and may cheat, maybe toss down brass knuckles or something. It may be for show to grab and use himself, or and Cass just winds up with it, or something. Like,
sure, that's a good point.
Or he tosses it to show and misses show.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Enzo shenanigans are definitely going to happen. I don't know how it'll shake out, but I just feel like I feel like Cass kind of. I don't feel like they're going to go with a streak situation with Cass. Is sort of like this. He's been undefeated since his whole thing. Like a loss against Big Show isn't that big of a deal, but it also sort of puts some pressure on him to sort of get better. You get your losses in with your wins. Like it's 50-50 booking in wrestling these days, so it's
it'll be like 90-10 in this case, but
it won't go. It won't. It won't end this feud. This isn't the blow off to Cass and Big Show.
Suddenly, this match is way more compelling than I even imagined, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's move on. We have
put me on the pre-show, goddammit.
There you go, on the pre-show. A few more matches left. We have Randy Orton versus Rusev. I'm digging this match quite a bit. I'm really kind of interested in this one.
Yeah, Rusev is another guy who is in desperate need of a win.
Which is why I chose Rusev, because I really, really like Rusev, and I think
same.
I just think it's his match to lose, essentially. Randy Orton gains nothing or loses nothing by losing to Rusev.
Correct.
It's the same thing with the Corbin situation, where Cena loses nothing by losing to him.
But I just don't know. I just can't see Rusev. He's certainly not going to tap Orton out with an accolade. There's no way. Like this is, and Orton is coming off three consecutive losses. Is that? Or he beat Jinder on SmackDown, I guess. But boy, I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I just it wasn't a particularly hard one for me to pick, because it's just like Rusev needs the Rusev.
Wrong era.
Rusev needs nothing.
There could be a swerve here, though, bro. I don't know. It could be. I'm gonna go Orton. I think.
Okay.
My heart says Rusev. I want him to win. My head says Orton.
So we have two changes already in between the two now for this one. So now it is a wide open. It's a wide open card, which is good.
Sure is.
Very good. Very good. Up next, we have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. AJ is the U.S. champion.
Yep.
Shane McMahon is the special guest referee.
Yep.
God love Shane. Yeah, he's that guy.
We're not too far removed from him being in a helicopter crash.
Right. Exactly. John, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think the trajectory is still Shane versus Kevin Owens in a match at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be for a title, so I kind of think that AJ's going to win this, probably through some slip up by Shane. I don't think Shane's going to turn heel or anything like that, but it'll certainly be a case where Owens will be able to blame him for the loss and then want his revenge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's AJ.
I have that as well. Yeah, you said it. You said it perfectly.
Yeah. And keeping that belt on AJ keeps AJ sort of in like his holding pattern that he needs to be in until they can put him back into that world title thing. Like he's like one of their top dogs.
Yeah.
And so, but he's not in that world title picture right now because they've got other things going on with that they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, he's a level guy that you could easily slot into the open challenge kind of role.
Yeah,
if they want to keep doing that kind of stuff, or just have regular feuds. I mean, he's pretty adaptable to whatever they want as a champ.
So he's really good in that role that they've got him in right now, and I think it's smart to keep him in that role right now too. Like,
it's developing pretty well, I think, as well.
Yeah.
You can't hinder the Jinder. Jinder Mahal, the champ, is up against Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, that's one thing about the Baron Corbin loss of the Money in the Bank. That X Factor is now out the door.
Yeah.
It kind of clarifies things for predictions, hopefully.
Does it? I don't know. This one was this was a toss up for me. There were things within this that I thought, at first I thought, this is maybe they'll finally give Shinsuke that push, and then I thought, but then Jinder could continue getting this really strong momentum, this kind of unpredictable momentum that he's had since he's won this. I mean, people know his name, and apparently from what I've been reading here and there, is the merchandise is up and just in other parts of the world. So it's it's a very interesting kind of predicament that the WWE is in with this match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Baron had still had the case, I would have probably predicted a Nakamura win followed by a Baron Corbin.
Just to absolutely rile the fans up.
Yeah, it is SummerSlam after all, where that tends to happen.
Yeah, it tends to be their sort of mark show. It tends to be there'll always be a moment for the sort of the longtime marks, not the casual fan.
Yeah.
And WWE is going on a tour of India soon.
Interesting.
So next month, I believe, even. So,
you think it's gonna stay with Jinder?
Well, just because I want to will it into existence, hopefully, I'm going with Nakamura.
You're going Nakamura? Wow.
I'm hoping by saying it out loud, I'm either jinxing it or willing it into reality. Either so.
Yeah.
But
John?
I'm going with Nakamura.
I
I'm
really
not
want.
confident in that answer. I feel like Jinder's gonna win, but I want to be on the record to say Nakamura. So that's
I really want Nakamura to win. I really do, and I would like him to have a chance to run with the belt for a while.
Yeah,
I really want that to happen. But am I willing to predict that to be the case? I don't know.
Are you willing to put your belt on the line?
Yeah, you could be putting your belt on the line with this.
I don't know. It's such a great championship. I'm gonna say, well, I mean, the thing is, we have to remember that Jinder could win or lose, but the title, but not.
That's true.
Hands.
That is true.
Nothing says the title has to change hands. Who's
Yeah.
Who's gonna get their hand raised?
Who's gonna get their hand raised? Yeah. So
because this feud is actually starting to get off the ground. Like, it's a nothing feud, but there's they could easily build to a second match out of this. Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think Nakamura gets pinned here. My prediction is Jinder, by the way, even though that breaks my heart to say so. I don't think Nakamura gets pinned. I think Jinder might take the DQ loss or the countout loss or something like that.
The Bollywood Boys come out.
No, well, that would mean that if Jinder got DQ, that would mean that Nakamura wins, right? Okay. Nakamura wins, but he doesn't win the title.
So you're going with
Nakamura. So
my logic was flawed there. Nak will win, but he will not win the title.
Oh man, that's you're making this hard on me too, because that factor I think is perfect. Because I think the WWE definitely wants to have Jinder keep it feels like they want to have Jinder keep this championship, but then help sort of raise Nakamura. Wow, I was going to pick Jinder, but now I'm like bashing my brain on this microphone. Man, this is a tough one for me, guys. I want Shinsuke. Okay, I'm going to go with Shinsuke. Oh my gosh, you have changed my mind on this.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 more matches in our tiebreaker. Maybe the faster we go through these, the faster we can make these quick decisions and don't go back. Watch, I'm gonna write down almost picked Jinder. So I can punch. Yes, I can punch myself later on if he wins. Okay, we have Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. Alexa is the WWE Raw Women's Champion, and this is for that championship. Alexa versus Sasha.
I'm going with Alexa on this one.
Okay.
Sasha has been added into this a little bit last minute, I think. But I think Alexa's doing too well as it is. I don't know what would be next for Sasha other than a rematch with Alexa. Following this, Bayley will be out for a little while. I'm not sure how long, but
Sasha needs her damn heel turn.
Yeah,
what needs to happen because the boss character is not built for babyface, and she has no character as it is right now. Like. So I'm going with Sasha Banks for no reason other than I'm going with Sasha Banks. I have no logic behind it. I wrote Sasha Banks down and I'm sticking with Sasha Banks.
Okay.
I think I'm also going to go with Sasha again for no reason. I haven't kept tabs on the women's side of things the last month or so, mostly because I've been squaring in on the Mae Young Classic. So I've been kind of keeping my eyes open for that instead of the championships, and I don't know why it's taking my focus off. So I'll just go with Sasha. This one to me is a tough pick. Another tough pick. You have Naomi versus Natalya. Naomi is the SmackDown champion. This is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So Naomi versus Natalya.
Naomi.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go Natalya since Naomi's a champ. I'll go. I'll throw
down Natalya, huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Naomi.
Okay.
Do we think that there's a cash in on this one?
Well,
I think it could be.
Yeah, it would be the right venue for that.
I mean, Natalya could definitely weaken her enough that she'd be in a bad spot for a cash in. Yeah. And if she lost, she wouldn't really affect her too much. So the setup here, I think there's possibility for the setup here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going with Naomi, like I said, but I I'm not invested in either of the women's matches this time around. Like the Sasha Banks Alexa Bliss match had Bayley taken out before she could even, that whole thing. Like I was invested in that storyline, and the SmackDown storyline just like.
I think maybe the reason that I'm picking both Natalya and Sasha is that one of these championships will change hands. John doesn't think so. Apparently, he thinks both Naomi and Alexa will maintain their championships. I think one will change hands, and that's why I pick the underdogs, or I pick the challengers in both. And finally, the Fatal 4-Way, the return of Brock Lesnar to SummerSlam.
I actually thought this would be the match that this would be the decider for the whole show. I thought we were all going to agree on everything.
We are kind of all over the place with these last
in the back half.
The back half. Yeah. So of course, this is Brock Lesnar, who's the champ, the Universal Champ. Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman for that Universal Championship.
Who wants to go first?
I know one wants to go first, but I'm going to go first. Woo, here we go, baby. I'm going to go with Samoa Joe.
Ooh, the dark horse.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my idea of of why that's kind of a smart choice for you.
For me.
For you.
For you, Dahlia. May salvage your ineptitude.
Because if Nakamura doesn't win the belt, Joe winning the title would be the mark moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a big deal. Like, he had a decent enough showing against Brock the first time around. He is sort of like, he is the indie darling right now, even though, like, it's Samoa Joe. Like, it's stupid to think of him that way, but, like, it's not a bad call going with Samoa Joe on that one. I think he's the more likely to, if everyone's going to win the title, it feels like this would be the match that he's going to win the title in. And like, I'm going with Brock for my pick
Mm-hmm.
because it's Brock Lesnar. I just feel like WWE doesn't care that much that they don't have a world championship on Monday Night Raw all the time. And they're going to want to cash in on a lot of this sort of news and everything with Brock Lesnar all the time, no matter what, whether it be this UFC fight that's coming up that is absolutely going to happen, even though nobody really wants to admit that it's happening. Like, and the whole, like, if I lose, I'm leaving, which is another good call. Like, yeah, he'll leave until what, Survivor Series?
Yeah, he'll leave until he comes back. Like, it's not a permanent thing if he loses. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with Brock. I have very little reason for it other than that just seems to be WWE's booking style.
Okay, all right.
So.
I think it's time to anoint Braun Strowman.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I think I said that before I got a chance to do a spiel, but I do think that everybody in this match, you can argue a point for every
single person,
which is great. Which is a great thing.
Every single person in that match, there's no like legit underdog. Like,
no,
you know, everyone in that match deserves to be in the world title picture at this moment for Monday Night Raw.
100%.
Like, because usually there's always that one person, like, it's like, and Sami Zayn. Or
yeah.
Like,
Sami
okay,
Zayn.
well, we know
and
who's
Dolph
not
Ziggler.
winning,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But, like, if any four of those guys wins, it's not a surprise. Like,
and I'm happy with any of them as well in terms of the future of the company in the short term.
Yeah. Like, you know, Roman is the least interesting winner out of all of like, well, I guess Brock really is the least interesting winner because he's part-time and you never see
it's status quo with Brock.
With Joe winning is just continuation of the previous storyline we've been going through where he took Brock Lesnar to sort of an edge kind of thing. Like he really did beat him up pretty well. Braun Strowman's continuing his storyline of just destroying everything that gets in front of him.
Yep.
And Roman Reigns just being Roman Reigns. I mean, like he's been built as world champion Roman Reigns, and even when he's not world champion, you might think he is because of who they built him to be. So,
I mean, I think in this match, I mean, you could have Roman win the title, and then the other two Shield new champions come out, and they're all like, "Yay, we're the champs!" And it's a big moment, right? You could have Joe win it, and Joe finally proves himself to be, absolutely solidifies himself as a main event player, which would be terrific for the smart fan.
Yeah.
Then you've got Brock who wins, and again status quo, but then again he doesn't leave, and they build that bit of buzz he's gathering with the John Jones stuff, and keep that interesting. And then you've got Braun, and I'm picking Braun because I think this is the culmination of the push that he's been getting, and like that's heel, but kind of getting the babyface pop when he does cool stuff. I think this is the opportunity for him to put Brock out. Not only like Brock would leave, but like, if you're gonna leave, I'm gonna put you out, and you're not, and you're going out because I made you go out, and then Brock will come back and chase him at some point or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think I think Braun will be enough of a winner to send everybody home happy and satisfied, as well as not get half and half boos that Roman would get, and Joe would be happy for the smarks, but I don't know how
over he is with just sort of the casual crowd. Like we know all three of us, like, and anyone that would listen to this show, and anyone who goes to Reddit or whatever, like they're Joe fans. Like they know who Joe is. They know his career trajectory. They know that this is like an end point of like what his career has been leading to that moment kind of thing. But the casual fan may not.
Yeah, I think for the casual fan, I know Joe is ready for that role, but the casual fan might want to see Joe in a few more main event spots before he gets a championship. So, Braun is my pick.
All right. Okay. With
Braun would be probably the most satisfying pick.
Yes, I agree.
Him being the champion is the most satisfying outcome because there's a lot to work with him because a cool thing about Braun is they kind of accidentally created a sort of like a Steve Austin situation with him. Where he's just constantly doing cool stuff, like flipping over ambulances and just like seriously like wreaking havoc wherever he goes and stuff. Like that's really cool stuff that he's doing, and it makes you want to like him. And he can fight anybody. It doesn't have to be a heel or a baby face. Like
exactly, like, he's an entity unto himself beyond heels or faces. Even though he plays heel.
And this would be a fantastic push for him. Fine, like you said, everybody would be more than satisfied if he won.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's the scenario I want to see happen.
Right,
I'd love to see Joe win the championship.
Same. I would love to see it too. The same way I want to see Nakamura win the championship.
Yes.
But they both haven't been in enough main events yet.
Yeah, whether it's tomorrow night or sometime in the near future or whatever, I want to see Joe as world champion. It would just be nice if if it was tomorrow, it'd be great. If it's not tomorrow, it's going to happen with Joe. Like, he has the support circle of just the right people to make that happen at some point. Just like AJ. Like, it wasn't right away. His trajectory was a little bumpy going up to the world championship. But he was going to get that championship, and he did get the championship. So...
there you go, man.
Let's pick our times now, our tie-breaking times, and then I'll go through the final picks after that. So, how long do you think this finale, this fatal four-way, will last?
14 minutes.
You're going 14. Wow. All right.
Yeah, I do not think it will be long, but it'll be enough.
Okay. JJ, what are you thinking?
27 minutes.
Whoa. Woo. I'm going with. Don't
pick $1.
No, I'm going with 19.
Be competitive, damn it.
Yeah, I'm going with 19 because I think this has. I think there's going to be quicker matches rolling through here. I think there's going to be a lot of sub 10-minute matches.
There's a lot of quick ones here. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of quick ones, and so going between 15 and 19, 15 to 20, I think is a good number. The 27 minutes, that's a big push. But if you're gonna go, you're gonna go big.
Half hour main event on a 4-hour show with a 1 hour pre-show. That's a big that's a big task to keep people.
He's very confident in his picks.
They could go all out for it though. It's very true.
Yeah. So here are our picks for the events tomorrow. We have Tozawa versus Neville. JJ. Actually, we all chose Tozawa. We all chose the New Day against their match against the Usos. Hardy's versus Hardy's and Jordan versus the Miz Taraj. JJ and John both have Hardy's, and I have the Miz Taraj. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Ambrose and Seth. We have the Shield Light. Ambrose and Seth.
Diet Shield.
Light Diet Shield. Cena versus Corbin. JJ and John, you both have Corbin. I have Cena. Big Show and Cass. This is where the differences start to come in. Yeah. I have Big Show. JJ, you have Big Show. John, you have Cass. We have Randy Orton versus Rusev. JJ and I both have Rusev. John has Orton. You have Finn versus Bray. We all have Finn. We all have AJ in his match versus KO. We all have Shinsuke in his match versus Jinder. Whether it's
for different reasons.
For different reasons. Yep. Alexa versus Sasha. JJ and I both have Sasha. John, you have Alexa. Naomi versus Natalia. Both of you gents have Naomi. I have Natalia or Natalia, however you want to say it. In this fatal four-way match, we have JJ choosing Brock. John, Braun Strowman is your horse, and Samoa Joe is my choice to win it.
So that means that Roman Reigns will be the winner.
So that means Roman Reigns he is the underdog. And tie-breaking times. John, you're in at 14 minutes for this fatal four-way. I have it at 19 minutes, and JJ has it at 27 minutes. Yeah. Really, JJ, when you think about it, if you anything over 24 minutes, anything over 23 minutes, basically you win. So
I'm probably being a little too short, but anyway, I don't care.
All right, that's not you never know.
We're not going to need the tiebreaker.
Whoa! Thank you, everybody, for listening to SQW Slummer Sam. This has been a wonderful podcast. being recorded here. I am Dolly Demofsky. You can find me at Dolly Demofsky on the Twitters. You can find us at SQW Podcast on sidequesting.com, on the iTunes, on Google Play, wherever else. Please rate and review us, yada, yada, yada. Watch SummerSlam. John, where can we find you, my dear friend?
My Twitter handle is at John Kehoe, JONKEHOE. And I will say that I will most likely be tweeting during NXT tonight. So if you want to follow me on that and interact, I am more than willing to reply to you.
Brilliant, brilliant. And with a steel chair, it's JJ. JJ, where can we find you?
_double_letter J.
Beautiful. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Listeners, viewers, thank you for checking in with us. We'll see you after tomorrow's SummerSlam, where we'll hopefully be crowning a new champion.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
All right, take care.